Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give you 10 tips for you if you are trying to become an influencer or content creator in the year of 2025. I actually just got a new camera and it's the DJI. Super exciting. And well, as I was like unboxing, I kept thinking about how, oh my word, this was just meant to be a hobby. This was just meant to be something for fun, but like I make money off of it now. So I was like, actually, let me just have a video where I tell you guys what you can and can't do. Well, not that you can't, you can literally do anything, but like what I wish I knew when I started this thing out. And for you, if you are someone who is trying to become an influencer or content creator or just a YouTuber, whatever the case may be, I hope that this video helps you. And for context, because I mean, who am I and why am I saying this to you? My name is Nobuhle Khumalo and I run 3 YouTube channels. One is about personal finance and it's got over 100,000 subscribers. The second one is my couples channel and that's got over 3,000 subscribers and was recently monetized. And my third channel is Nobuhle's Diary, which is my personal, like, there's no pressure on that channel, okay? That channel is for me, but I'll get into it as we go on with this video. Okay, so whether you are opening a YouTube channel to, make money or you're just doing it to store your activities or store your memories, this video will help you. I will tell you full disclaimer that when I started on YouTube, I didn't think I was going to make money off of this. This was just meant to be my digital diary. So when I started making money off of it, it was like, oh my word, okay, I guess. So tip number 1 is don't go in it for the money. Because if you're really going in for the money, you might find it very hard because it takes forever, like the requirements, especially for YouTube, because I think I thrive better on YouTube. Instagram and TikTok, I mean, it's not bad, but it's like I don't really focus too much on it. But whilst you're here, I would encourage that you follow me because I am funny on there. I'm literally so funny. I'm so funny, but on there, because here, this is my workplace. Okay. But anyways, don't go in it for the money. Let the money be a bonus, because if you're just doing it, you're like, oh, I can't wait until I get my payday. It's not going to be worth it. I promise you, most of the money from content creation or YouTube does not come from YouTube. Okay. But having said this, if you are going into it for money, okay, I'm not judging. Money makes the world go around. But make sure you're doing one of the two. You either need to entertain people or you need to educate. People really value their time. They want something that will be worth it. So you're either going to be super funny or live a super dramatic life, or you're actually teaching them a skill. Otherwise, if you're just doing your lifestyle content and you're doing the same thing over and over, yes, people enjoy it the first few times, but then they get over it, because how many times are they going to watch you make an egg sandwich, right? Lesson number 2 for you is don't spend money you haven't made yet. This is something I tell myself with all my business ventures, but especially with content creation. When I started off, I used to use my phone. I had an iPhone 8 Plus at the time, and I promise you, I used that for a very long time. And when I started making money, I was like, okay, now there's money, but I was still using that money for other things because my salary was like tiny. So I was supplementing the other things in my life. But eventually, when I'd had enough saved, I actually went and bought a MacBook. So my MacBook was paid using content creation money. After the MacBook, I was like, what else do I need? And then I bought a camera, my very first camera, which is actually right here. It is a Canon Mark II, I think. And I've had this camera since probably 2021. And I've just been using it the entire time. And me telling you guys that I was unboxing my DJI is showing you that this is my second camera for my video, it's showing you guys that this is my second camera for my channel. But the point is, whether you're using a DJI or DJI, Canon camera, or your iPhone, it's all the same. People want to be entertained or educated. Nobody cares if you're shooting in 4K with 60 frames, blah, blah, blah. Give us something of value, okay? So don't rush and spend money. First, see if people actually want your stuff. And then once you start making money, then you use that on the content. Okay. Lesson 3, create a separate email address for all of your influencer gigs. So when you are getting gigs from companies that want to work with you, or you're pitching to people, because sometimes people do this, make sure you are using a separate dedicated mailbox. That way you're able to track all of your stuff pretty quickly, and it's not getting like mixed up with your personal stuff. Because on my Gmail, like I have important documents like my birth certificate and my degrees. So I don't want that in the same mailbox where people are offering me editing services. Because let me tell you something, once you publicize an email address, people will use it and they will offer you 5 million things. So that's why it's great to have a separate Gmail account. Gmail is free, so you can literally create 500 accounts if you want, but just have one for your influencer thing. And actually linked to this is lesson number 4. Have your email address easily visible, or make it easy for brands to find you, okay? Sometimes brands want to work with you, but when they go on your profile, they don't know how to reach you. It's like they have to know your friend who's a friend of a friend to reach you. Put your email address on all your profiles. And yes, some apps have the functionality that allows people to email, like on TikTok and Instagram. That's not sufficient. Also, write it out in your bio, because a lot of people aren't like sending emails from their phones, especially if it's for work purposes. So write out your email address there so that if they want you, if they want to pitch you for something, they know how to contact you. Lesson number 5, when companies want to work with you, and by the way, guys, when companies actually want to work with you, that's where you make the bulk of your money. YouTube is great because it actually pays you as a platform, but other places like Instagram and TikTok, whereas South Africans, we don't have like the creator fund yet, so it's really hard for you to make money on the app. Most of the money is through paid partnerships. YouTube I like because you can do both, but anyways, the bulk of the money does come from paid partnerships. And when you are working with them, always ask them what their budget is. A lot of clients will ask you for your rate card and ask you how much you charge, but rather ask them what their budget is so that you can tailor something based off of what you think would work best for your community. However, lesson number 6, you'll find that some companies don't want to tell you their budget, so they'll ask you what your rates are. So make sure you're calculating this properly. You need to calculate your opportunity cost. Okay, I'm actually trying to work on a little calculator that people can use where it's like, okay, your number of followers, blah blah blah, and but what I used to do when I was starting out is I firstly used to calculate how much my salary is, then I calculated how much I earn per hour, and then I also calculate how much it takes for me to create content. So if a company wants me to do a video on YouTube, I know it's like an hour or 2 hours of research. Then I have to shoot for an hour, and then I have to edit for 2 hours. So it's like, it's about 5-6 hours, okay, that I need to dedicate. 6 hours. Had I been doing overtime at my normal job, what would I have been paid for those 6 hours? That's my base fee. Okay. And then obviously I have to add a premium, because I am not just going to shoot content. Like sometimes you have to take leave from your work to actually do some of the stuff that like brands want to do. Like if it's like a campaign or like a little event, if you have to take leave, you're literally losing money sometimes because you're losing your leave days. So you do have to add a premium, because you don't want to take leave from work just to go and make the exact same amount of money. So that's why it's important to add a little bit of a bonus. Okay, you're not working for free, but don't worry, as time goes, you'll get used to your pricing. You'll get used to seeing what other people charge in your industry. If you do have someone that you're close to that you can ask for like a rate card to compare, do this. I have struggled to do this because I always feel awkward, because it's like, I don't know if people are willing to share their rate cards, but personally, I don't mind sharing my rate card. Like, I don't care, because it's not like it's my salary. Even if it is, I really don't care. I actually don't believe in like being secretive about how much you're making and earning. The only reason I don't explicitly share is because I don't want to be a target for crime. But like if a creator asked me, how much would you charge for this? I would probably show them, be like, oh, I charge this. Okay. My next lesson is avoid consuming content similar to yours. This might not apply to you. I just have this as my own rule, just because I don't want to run the risk of imitating someone by mistake, especially because there are a few creators who do what I do. So I never want to feel like, oh, they did this, let me do it better. No. However, having said this, I know that there may be other creators who do copy me or do try to make my thing better. I don't mind. I actually don't care. I actually feel like that's a compliment, because oh my word, you think what I did was cool enough to copy? Then go figure. But the reason I don't do it is because I find the content boring. Okay, I'm in finance. Remember, I'm in finance, so I'm not gonna watch you explain something I've already explained. I already know what I explained. But when it comes to like couples channels and like my diary where it's like very personal, yeah, I do watch other people's vlogs because I want to see the angles they use. Oh, that was a nice transition. So maybe this only applies to people who educate. Don't go and watch someone who's teaching the same thing as you, unless if you don't understand. But like also, how are you educating if you don't understand? But angas. Number 8, create more than you consume. I'm not going to go into detail. Literally, before you watch that thing on Showmax, before you watch it on Tembu and Mommy Club, when last did you drop a vlog? I'm dragging myself here because I owe my couples channel so much content, because we had like Lobola content, engagement content like rolling out, and we're really trying to push that channel so by the time we get married it's like a big channel. But laugh. I've got so much going on like in my actual business that I've had to pause that. And also my fiance and I both experienced loss, so it was a bit awkward editing when we're seeing the people we lost in the videos, especially me because my aunt was like very active. She was in so many of the snaps, so it was just like, ugh, I can't because every time I look it's like, I can't believe she's no longer. Yeah, anyways. Number 9, natural lighting is your best friend. As you guys can see, I am shooting natural light. There's actually no light. Like, I'm testing out the DJI also, so let me just put that there. I'm trying to see how crisp the quality is without having all these other things. So I'm just in my office. I've got my blinds here. The sun is setting, but I think it's working. Also, what do you guys think of my makeup? I was doing a bit of a trial run for something. I can't tell you, but I was doing a trial run. Well, I can. I was doing a trial run for a shoot that I'm having. I think I like it. Not the hair. Don't mind the hair. I'm not doing this hair. Also, this hair is very... I've never done a video on this channel with this hair, but I hope people like it. Luckily, I'm not speaking about anything too finance related, so... hopefully they don't mind. And then lastly, number 10 is make sure you're happy with your content being there forever. I have a rule. Once I've posted something, I don't delete it. I don't. And in the last, I don't know how many years I've been on Instagram, I've never deleted a post. On YouTube, I've only ever removed one video. And it was because it was a sponsored video and the client hadn't paid. So I was like, do you think I'm stupid? I removed the video. But other than that, I don't remove stuff. And the thing is, it's because for you to post something online, even if you delete it off of the app, it's still somewhere on the web. It's still somewhere on someone's phone. So make sure you're happy with whatever you're putting out, because if you're not, rather just reshoot, rather take a day. Like, you'd rather be late in uploading than uploading nonsense that will literally haunt you forever. And also when it comes to like other things where you might be posting quite provocative content, that's fine, okay? Live your life. But make sure you're aware of all the implications or consequences that you could face in the future, or your kids, or your family, whatever, okay? The internet never forgets. And with that being said, guys, I think that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those were my top 10 influencer tips. Let me know if you guys want to see more. Like, obviously I've mentioned that going into content creation could be a side hustle that people look into, but I just want to tell you that it is a slow burner. Don't get demotivated if you're not getting gigs, if people are not emailing you, but like, try do the stuff that I've told you. But also download some of the apps like Humanz, Salt. I'll actually put like things in my description box just so you can see it. But I also want to tell you that sometimes brands don't really reach out to you via those things, which is funny because most of my gigs that come to me always directly into my mailbox.